Welcome to this channel. Yesterday, I shared a Chinese video on Zhan Zhuang standing meditations, and after that, many of our friends asked me to redo a video with the same content in English. So here I redo this video in English. Now, Zhan Zhuang standing meditations is a good practice, a good training. However, Zhan Zhuang is not everything. So one need to go see doctor if one is sick, be it the Western medicine doctor or Chinese medicine doctor, one need to go see doctor. The Zhan Zhuang, the practice of a Qigong, is for us to help ourselves doing our own part. We, of course, cannot rely on other people to do our job. So, Zhan Zhuang is for that purpose, to support the Western medicine, the Chinese medicines, and do our own part. Never take this Qigong or Zhan Zhuang stuff as the cure for everything. So this has to be really clear. Of course, when we are aging, Zhan Zhuang is a very good training. It helps the body. Uh, it can help the body to nurture qi, to strengthen the body, keep one healthy, or help healing, support healing. However, not everybody can train Zhan Zhuang. For example, those who is very sick, they couldn't even stand properly. There's no way you want to do Zhan Zhuang in that case. And also, when one stand, one's heart is getting the palpitations or short breath. So that is also not the people who can do Zhan Zhuang. So for the really sick or weak people, one need to practice the laying down, nurture qi, and train that nurture qi laying down until one get better, stronger, and one can stand up. Maybe in the beginning for 30 seconds, the second time, or after a week or so, it can be 2 minutes and so forth, and gradually get up to 10 minutes. Then one be able to do Zhan Zhuang. But one need to first train in the laying down, nurture qi, so that one's body get to the level one be able to practice Zhan Zhuang. One is not supposed to go right the way into the Zhan Zhuang. Everything has to be gradual. And even in practice of Zhan Zhuang, one might want to practice just 1 minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, gradually. So for the healthy and the young can do that. And for the sick and the older, one need to train in the laying down, nurture qi, until the body is conditioned to a certain level. Then one can start to try out Zhan Zhuang. First time is like, say, 30 seconds, 1 minute, so forth. One never force oneself to do this kind of stuff. Now, for the laying down, there's another significant. It is much easier to study, to train Zhan Zhuang in standing if one have the experience in the laying down practice or the laying down nurture chi. And the laying down water chi is the entire process is in the Wing Chun Inception book. It is clearly described every details on it with the process steps and so forth. So anybody want to uh, really learn the laying down nurture chi, you can go to my book Wing Chun Inception. Okay. Now let's talk about Zhan Zhuang. Zhan Zhuang have a few really important key points. So one must really careful in today's world. Stop to take those ideas on tucking your tailbone, 心气 to your 丹田, you have to be straighten your spine, all those, I call it nonsense. Okay? Those are nonsense. So we want to know the real deal, not all this nonsense. In the entire world of Qigong and Neigong and traditional Chinese martial arts, you look around, how many people really be able to handle those stuff? Or everybody just talk with all these terms. And it screw people left and right in this guy's opinion or interpretations. So let's get for real thing. This morning in the Chinese video, somebody just leave me a message asking me, "Oh, I don't. You wear this pant is BD baggy pant, loose pant. I cannot see your knee. Why the hell you need to see my knee?" That is exactly the screw up. Disregard of I already presented the really key point of what need to handle. Okay, so what is Zhan Zhuang? How does it feel like if you did it properly, if you have that skill? Well, it's simple. It is like you're standing there, you feel like you're levitate and you're sleeping. That's all. So when you have your kung fu, you feel like you are levitating there in the air and you are sleeping. That's Zhan Zhuang. And your mind is just quiet, your body is just loose, and your breathing is natural. So that's Zhan Zhuang. Don't make it something it is not. Don't watch too much Chinese movie or this internal art propaganda YouTube. Okay? Otherwise, nobody can help you. So it is, Zhan Zhuang is exactly like that if you know how to do Zhan Zhuang. Got nothing to do with this mimicking posture, this posture, that posture. Forget about all those things. Just go to the really basic. Now, the first thing in Zhan Zhuang, if you want to be able to stand, feeling like levitate and sleep, you need to be able to you need to first be able to handle your legs. And there are proper way and improper way to handle this leg. The proper way of handling this leg is your weight has to be in this part of your body. Your weight. Behind your knees. This part of the body. Okay? Never ever your weight put it in your knee. So the proper is your weight of your body weight is placed here in the outside of this part of the body, legs. This is loose, relax. Okay, relax. That is the first very important thing. In Wing Chun, we call it the clamping the yang stance. This is called yang side or positive side. This is the yin side or negative side. You want to stand with your weight in the yang side. Okay? So that is the first thing one need to know. So disregard one stand like this or one stand like this, or one can switch between this and this and this. Always your weight is in the yang side. Okay? Get that thing really clear. Now, the second thing is one need to know how to handle this lower back behind your navel. This part, this lower part has to be relaxed, loose. So it never is tucking your tailbone. It never is lifting your inner stuff. You have to put it low like that, relax. So this butt is like move outward a little bit, this concave in a little bit naturally, not purposely to pop up the butt, okay? It's just when you stand, this part is loose, this butt is in proportional relative, a slight out there, and then this is loose. That is how is the proper way to handle it. Now, if you do that, as what I just suggest, when you take a breath, you breathe in deep, inhale deep, and exhale with a deep breathing, naturally, effortlessly. Also, your tongue have to put on top of your roof, okay, touching the top of the roof. Be able to breathe. Now, if we really do not fluent in handle this the yang side of the leg yet, we can get a chair. Sit down on there. We can adjust like this, like tucking our tailbone. Okay, hunch back like this and take a deep breath. See how the breathing is. We can go back, have this curve in, and the butt is loose. This is loose, and in these positions, and you take a deep breath, and you can feel is the breathing different, and you want to adjust so that you got the best effortless deep breathing. Then that is the proper handling of this. Okay, so that's how you're handling this part. Now, after you're handling that part, don't just go do something silly like mimicking posture. You want to put your hand, okay, your palm under your navel. The for man is for male is the left hand touching your under your navel, the right hand on top of this hand. For female is the right hand touching and the left hand on top. Now, the reason you want to do this is because you want to have a round shape here. So your shoulder is round. Your shoulder is neither lifted up or pressing down. So that is your proper position. And you can see that there's hole here in the armpit. That's how you loose up this your arm, proper shoulder, and then also your rib cage is open up. That's what is important. Now you can do another thing is you put your hand over here After you have this feeling of the round, put it over here, put it over here, and it gives you the same feeling. You're aware of the same feeling. It's lightweight, it's effortless. And then, of course, you want to look front and then slightly down, adjust a little bit here, so that the head and the neck is really effortless. Now, if you cannot train, like you are no good in your leg yet, you can train this in the chair like this, the stool like this. Okay, 1 minute, 5 minutes, whatever minutes. Just get used to it. Now, if you are sick, you cannot do standing, you go to this first. And then slowly the body get more strong. You can go standing. Okay? Now, when you do that, you can feel your breathing is really deep and naturally and effortless. That is called 心气 to 丹田. That's the real deal. 心气 to 丹田 is not you have to focus here, have all kinds of pressure here, and some couldn't even breathe. Those are called pressurize your 丹田. Those are not 心气 to 丹田. 心气 to 丹田 is the breathing is so effortless. So right here, since we are not be able to standing yet, it's like you sleeping at sitting. That is 心气 to 丹田. And after you are good in this, your kung fu get deeper and more advanced, you can even feel that like your body is, the full body is breathing. Like you inhale, you can go down to your leg, to your feet, all sort of stuff, but that's not the point. That is one automatic can get it. Once kung fu is deep, you keeping doing, you're going good at it, you get that. It's not using your mind to manipulate. You're just sitting down there at first. You want to have the loose, the effortless, and the sense of levitations. So if you can do this, you practice this part, and then the leg part. Then you'll get it. It's so lightweight. And your body start to sway a little bit. Because naturally your diaphragm, your pelvic floor muscles going up and down, your spine is going to dynamically change, move based on your breathing. Because you're human, you are not some kinds of dummy. So, and when you do that, you feel like levitate. You rest there, and probably the first time you can do 1 minute, and you can switch a little bit your leg still in the yang side, and then you can do 2 minutes, and you keep going up. Once you can let your body go and let it function by itself naturally. Okay. So that is how this Zhan Zhuang is trained and developed. And of course, after you finish it, you want to massage a little bit before you go out there because you are at rest here. You don't want to shock your body. So you are in the sleep here, deep sleep here. You don't want to shock your body and going right away jumping up there. And also don't do it in the windy place. Okay. Now, if for those who's really serious, can get a fitness tracker. So when one do Zhan Zhuang, it can set the timer there, how long you want to stand. And also you can check your heart rate. At the beginning, your heart rate can be, say, higher, and then after you're good at it, your heart rate decreasing. And in Zhan Zhuang, a common thing is this is aerobic or low aerobic activity, meaning that if you check your heart rate when you do Zhan Zhuang, it is under 80% of your maximum heart rate. Say I'm 60 years old, for example, and you use 220 minus 60 equal to 160, you multiply 0.8, and when you Zhan Zhuang, your breathing has to be, your heart rate has to be lower than that. And for those who is healthy and have a train in Zhan Zhuang, usually their heart rate is under or around 70% of their maximum heart rate. But for usual people, normal people, you go up to 70 something percent, but still under 80%. Why? Because after 80%, there's anaerobic. That's not what Zhan Zhuang is for. So don't do the idiotic stuff like I practice this. Oh, the entire body is so stressed and tense, and the breathing is so tight. And then you look at that, well, man, it go 80, 90% of your heart rate. I mean, that's crazy. That's not training, Zhan Zhuang. So this has to be really, really careful here. Okay. And so as what I said, how to handle the leg, how to handle this back is very important because this back linked to your butt and so forth here, your pelvis floor and so forth. And then how to handle your rib and this shoulder. Make sure this armpit is uh, loose here. Make sure your neck is comfortable. Tongue is up. And you can stand there. So there's another type of 呢捉气, okay, different than the laying down. The laying down is when you're really, really tired or body is really weak, you can do that. Or before the learning Zhan Zhuang, you do that first so you can you have awareness, you have the sense of how is it the state of the 呢捉气, which is you are going to sense in Zhan Zhuang. Okay. So this is how Zhan Zhuang is. And if people still have problem with handling this leg and so forth, you can read my book, The Wing Chun Matrix. The process is there. The process is there with the help of modern tools. Okay. So it cannot be wrong. We know exactly how to repeat the entire thing with quality. So that is Zhan Zhuang. Okay. And for the Wing Chuners, long time ago in this basic beginning Wing Chun Kuen, I already share on how to handle the body and using the chair and what is the proper stance. So it is all in my book already. And what I'm sharing these few days in Chinese and now in English is so that everybody be able to, even if they don't have the book, they know what to do, what to look for. Okay? And also when you do Zhan Zhuang like that, of course you sometimes feel this is stuffy, that is stuffy. Well, whenever it is stuffy, you loosen it. Your job is to look at, oh, how come my knee is feeling stressed? Well, don't try to adjust it like that because you're still using weight here. When your knee is stressed, you turn right away. Say, okay, I want to put my body weight on the back of my leg. Okay, so you have a theory, you have the process, and we all can develop it. We all can help each other. And even when if we are say 70-year-old or something, we still can practice it properly to help our body. See, laying down is good, but laying down is not enough because human body need to be in the conditions of strengthening. You just keeping laying down, your body is not going to function well. So all the qigong at the first time, at the beginning when people is really sick, laying down is okay. But after a while, one want to go sitting, and after a while, one always need to stand. And once you get the Zhan handle, you can use the swing hand based on the Zhan because now when you can do Zhan you can practically handling your heart rate and your breathing. So in Wing Chun, for Wing Chuners, as I shared the other day, the first thing is the nurture chi standing, the breathing, the sleeping standing. That is Zhan Zhuang. That's why in Wing Chun you always, after you do something, you always put your hand here for a while, like you're just doing this. You put your hand here for a while, and then you do this, and you put your hand for that. That resting is about Zhan Zhuang stuff. And you're not going to do this when you rest because you know that just now you violating the handling of the shoulder and the armpit if you go tense it up. You go pop out and then push out your hip and all those tucking tailbone, straighten spine, all are nonsense because you violating your own body. So after you got this, only then you can do transportations and then go high speed. This is way how you train, supposed to train. So this is what I like to share with you. Okay, uh, you can just experiment with it with this what I'm sharing with you. If you want to get more, you know all the details is in these books. You don't need these books if you already know and you know how to handle yourself. Only if you want to have details, then you get into this book. Okay. And if you don't listen to what I'm saying in this video, even you can buy 300 copy of this book, you still don't know what. Because what I found out is a lot of people, especially we in the West, they never listen. Like this morning, I just screaming at somebody who in the S21 group. The focus is to do the first squat. Very simple squat. And it turned into this, it turned into that, or breathing in pose. If one not be able to focus and keeping experiment, uh, rectify, correct the thing one study one by one is not going to learn anything. So today in the Chinese Kung Fu and the Wing Chun and the internal art and the Qigong and the Zhan Zhuang get into really mess. Why? Because people living in their mind, not in their body anymore. Okay. Now I'm saying this not to blame you guys or to scold at people. This is a problem, a deadly problem. You'll never get anywhere if you go this path. So again, as a summary, Zhan Zhuang is a simple, and you have to feel like you're standing, sleeping really lightly. Zhan Zhuang is any part of your body which feel really tense here or here or here or here. You loosen that place up by using the rules I just now tell you. And then you keeping practice, you keeping getting healthier, better and better. That's all. Okay. Don't think about, you know, like some kinds of Taoist, Buddhist monk, or all this kind of spiritual or magic power, but really develop your Zhanzhuang so you have your health and you can work with the uh, your doctor, your medical team to help yourself. We take responsibility on our exercise, our diet, our daily living, while the medical team is helping you on medicine.